So I was reading a book last night about the American Civil War. And in that book, two characters are sitting on a porch and they're talking to each other post the war in 1866, which is 1 year after the war. And the grandmother is telling the daughter, you know why we never fail? Because in catastrophes, we always bend, we do not break. She gives her examples of how they have done this in the past. She quotes certain wars that the South had to fight, certain wars with different types of enemies, not just the same, some from Europe, some from the South, some from the North. And she always says that the only thing that really matters is that you bend in life and you do not break. So I'm going to take that inspiration and put it into my own life journey so that you can understand and get a better idea of what I'm all about. So starting from school, when I was a very young kid, I was the favorite of everyone. The family, the teachers, all my friends loved me, and that sort of gave me a fulfillment that, oh, I'm doing great in life, whatever fulfillment can be for a child. I grow up and I go to college and I expect a similar standard for myself. It sort of doesn't work out because when you're in college, you're grown up enough so that not everyone will superficially like you. People start to understand life for its other reasons. They don't generally become approachable. So it's very difficult to be likable in college. That is a challenge. It bugs me a little bit, but I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll keep going. So I continue. I go to the university and it's a nightmare because it is so difficult to be likable now, but by everyone. The general acceptance I had right from the beginning starts to feel threatened. And it's really, really problematic for me. So I try to figure out what is going on. I think about things all the time. You know, I'm going to the university, I'm coming back, I'm going again, day and night, I'm figuring out what is it there that I'm not doing right so that I'm not likable. And I found the answer to be, I need to change. So I needed to change. I needed to adapt to certain things which were okay when you were a child, but not when you're a grown up. I had to change the way I talked to people. I had to change and accept the fact that I have to approach people so that they befriend me, not the other way around. I'm not that special kid anymore that people will just walk up to and say, oh, I want to be your friend. I have to approach people and I have to form this relationship and it's all on me. And I did that and it worked. So a lesson in life for me there was try to bend unless you are broken. Because I was broken, I was feeling very alone. I did not have any friends at that time. So that was lesson number one. Move on, fast forward to when I get onto my first job. Now, back then, it's very scary because there are a lot of very senior people around me. I just got onto the first job. I'm very scared even to move out of my chair. And I had a certain set of rigid principles in life when I started off. And again, I was facing the same problem. I would not be agreeing with people on things. I would not be as approachable. I needed to work on it. So I had a really bad dip at the very few months after my job because I was thinking I had hit a wall. I could not talk to people because of the way I believed in making relationships. It was just wrong. It did not work in the workplace the way it used to work in the university. And therefore I changed again. It was a very, very huge transformation for me so that I could just walk up to a random person sitting in the office, sit right next to them and just talk and listen. It was the most difficult thing for me to do, but I kept doing that for a while and it turned out to be awesome. I made so many great friends. I had such a great time forming beautiful relationships with all the people at the workplace, and I had to change. Now, if you look at history, that's what life has taught us for times immemorable. Do not be rigid, be flexible, because life does not remain the same. As you move from one phase to another, to another, to another, you must adapt, otherwise you are going to be broken. Life is very harsh and life is very hard, and one has to adapt. So that was my primary lesson. So remember, it's it's always important to introspect. It's always important to reorient yourself. The opinions you had about things when you were 18 years old no longer apply when you're 25 or 26. You have to look at things differently. You have to start to be more responsible. You have to start to be more responsible not only in your actions, but in your beliefs and your behaviors. So the takeaway from all of this is, please remember, life does not remain the same, so shouldn't you. And always remember that it is better to be bent than to be broken. Thank you very much.